Now, before we get into this entertaining video, we would just like to remind you to like and subscribe.
Yes, please do like and subscribe.
Sunflowers!
Hello, my sunflowers. How are you today? Well, I hope this video finds you in a great place and in a great disposition. Now, with that being said, what are we talking about? Oh, I am so sorry. I am so very sorry that I'm coming so late with the Braxtons. Let me tell you what happened. Baby Crone felt that it was so boring. It just seemed like when she said it was boring, we got busy with other things, the Diddy and the Diddy files and all of that stuff. And what happened is, honestly, we forgot. So please, it may not get a lot of hits because of the fact, but if you happen to come by this video, please give it a thumbs up. We're sorry we late. We apologize for our tardiness. But Baby Crone felt like it was boring. On the other hand, I thought it had a pretty good ending. So let's get into it, Baby Crone. Let's see what this was all about.
Yes, well, first off, it was talking about, again, with the Miss Whole leading thing on this show. It talked about Trina and her doing her residency. Apparently, this residency is 20 weeks.
A residency where?
In Las Vegas with Cedric the Entertainer.
Not Trina. You talking?
Oh, Tony.
Tony. Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you.
That's all right.
Tony is doing her residency for 20 weeks with Cedric the Entertainer. And what I would just like to talk about that is they were advertising this entire season that Tony would have a health condition while performing and was going to have to cancel the residency. And lo and behold, nothing like that happened. Actually, she had recovered from bronchitis before even performing and was cleared by the doctors. So that was just another instance.
Get you to keep watching.
Mm-hmm.
So they use Tony as clickbait. Tony is really the one. Tony is the one, to me, that really makes me come to the show. I realize if Tony wasn't on the show, I don't think I would follow it because I certainly do not like, I'm sorry, Trina, I don't. I do not like your husband for you. No. I don't. He's not good on camera. He doesn't show well on camera. And you may say, everybody is picking on Vaughn. No, it is the truth. Yes. Believe what you want. Don't ever be a person, anyone out there, let love make you blind. Y'all don't work well. Y'all don't do well on camera. Y'all don't have good chemistry. Your chemistry is awful. It's awful. He say inappropriate things at inappropriate times, at inappropriate all the time. And I find him very offensive. And I'm shocked that you don't. Or if you do, you may find it a way to get over it. You may say, I can just name one thing that he said to me that was inappropriate. Just one. Okay. This is just one. It's when he told your children that they should have a vasectomy. I don't feel as though that was his place. And I would have had to check that right then and there. That's just one. That's just off the cuff. I got more. Do you have one?
Yes, I definitely do have one.
Okay, see, this is off the cuff. This is so we know that we're not making this up. Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead. What's yours?
My pet peeve is...
Is it appropriate or is it a pet peeve? Or are you showing him this is where he was inappropriate to you?
Where he was inappropriate. Where he told Trina how she should grieve the death of her sister. And then try to use it and compare it to the death of her ex-husband. He really got his emotions involved in that, and honestly, that's how I felt about that.
Well, speaking of that, and the piggyback off, this is another one. This is 3, and then I'm done because I can go on. Especially when he said that he found Traci obnoxious. Mm-hmm. So you didn't like my sister.
Yep, 3 strikes, bro.
So that's just 3. That's just that. That ain't mention the other stuff.
Yep.
So I don't like what he brings out in you. I don't like who you are around him. He makes you come off to me like a goofball. You come off like you dizzy, like you drunk. And I hate to see you like that, Trina, because you have such a beautiful personality. And I speak from the
She
heart. You do. And you are different, but your different is love. And when you got off and called yourself trying to read someone, that wasn't even you, girl. You are a lot like Tony, in my opinion. And I would hate for you to change who you are to fit with that bond. You know, I don't know Vaughn, and really, I don't know you, but I got to watch you for years. And from what you shown me, and baby, we just don't like what Vaughn bring out in you. And that's what I'm going to say about that. You have to add anything? And it's no offense. Y'all cooking show, y'all just off.
Yeah.
He's like Herman the Monster in the way. He's like Bigfoot, stiff-footed, always in the cave with his big hands and his big feet and his big belly touching your stomach. I mean, touching your face. Just no, just not. He's a good helper. I could see that. Always got something to say about your cooking. Just not. No, Trina. But that's my opinion. You're not listening because you married to the great one of all. But as somebody who's just looking out, I don't like him for you. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, and honestly, he'll complain about the food, but he'll still eat it, though.
He eats all the... But go ahead.
Moving on. So that was basically it about Tony. I mean, we'll briefly touch about Tony's
Tony wasn't sick. They played it like she would be to keep us hanging on. They used Tony ailment as a clickbait.
They did.
And I don't like that. And Tony shouldn't allow that, because if you care about your health, you shouldn't claim it. Don't claim it. You already got issues. Yes. If you feeling good, claim goodness. You have enough bad days. You ain't got to claim a sickness for clickbait to get people to come back.
That's true.
I have an issue with that. I still love you, girl. You know you my fave, Tony. 7 whole days. You know you got me, girl.
Yeah, the performance was good. She did good.
And I could understand what she was saying.
About what?
When she was singing. Because sometimes when Tony sings, I hear mumble. But this was good. True. But you have harmony. I hear harmony, but I actually heard some words. So that was good.
Tawanda... Well, actually, that was actually a nice transition from Tony. So actually, at Tony's residency, since we're on to Wanda, she finally got proposed. Now, before I jump ahead, so what happened? It was supposed to be Trina and Tawanda that was supposed to come up and do this comedy skit. Yes, Tony literally still did a comedy skit on tour, but
I think it was cute. It was corny, very corny, and it was meant to be corny. It was meant to show the fact that she's not good at telling jokes. And it was meant to be corny. It was meant to be that. And so for that reason, it worked. We didn't expect anybody to really laugh.
That's true.
But we thought people would go, oh, that's so cute. That's what it was meant to be. And she only had a smidgen of a part.
Yeah, she really
Cedric the Entertainer didn't have her out there like that. No, she didn't have to do a set by herself with these jokes. It was just a little thing with Cedric and her to divide what they both do. I thought it was cute.
Yes.
I'm sorry they made that into a storyline, but that's what you do when you don't have nothing.
Yes, that's true.
Come on over here and help the Crones get a storyline so we can get some more subscribers.
Yes, please.
Please help us. Show us. We need you.
Yes. So at this night, I'm not sure if this was the second night, but in this skit, Trina and Tawanda were supposed to come up.
They were asked to come up on the stage.
Yes.
They were only asked to come up on the stage as to throw them off. Trina in the background, all frustrated. But I loved Tawanda. Tawanda was like, I'm an actress. I'm ready for the challenge. I have to be ready. I have to be ready. She's like, I got to pee. What if I peed? She was freaking out. I really did enjoy that. But when they got there, that was it. They were supposed to not know, and that was to throw them off. But it was just a proposal.
Yes, finally.
And I don't know what this thing is. I don't know. It's me. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. What is it? These grown men getting on their knees asking somebody to marry them when y'all been living together for years. I don't get that. I don't get it.
Fair enough.
I don't get it.
I guess it's still for the glitz and the glamour to appeal to tradition.
Okay, I'll take it. That sound like a winner chicken dinner. I could take it. Anything else?
Yeah, briefly about Tawanda, you just wanted to talk about, I'm not sure if we talked about this last episode, but you was wanting to mention how she is definitely a sensitive, um, in the spiritual sense.
Yeah, I think I talked about her being sensitive when we did that whatever.
Yeah, the
But she
hummingbird.
is sensitive. But anyway, speaking of that, you want to just go on to Tamar then?
Yes, because that is a good transition, because that's literally
I mean, it's been a
the
while
show.
since we've seen it. When
Yes.
no news come rapidly, you don't remember, you know.
Uh-huh.
So what is
But
it?
yes, speaking of healing and spirituality, Tamar had went to go visit a spiritual healer named Tess, and she's apparently a medium, and she was supposed to talk to Traci's essence or spirit. So this is what the medium said that Traci, this is what she channeled from Traci. I'm sorry. You're my baby, and I love all of you. That was basically the
You my baby
sentiment.
sister.
Yes, you're my baby sister, and I love all of you. And that's basically the sentiment. Maybe I'm proud, but that was just the cue.
And a video that I did how long ago? What was the name of that video? I told you what I channeled.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that, but it was a sentiment to that.
Mm-hmm. And it was it looked like what Tamar needed. She cried some, and she said
It didn't seem authentic because Tamar went with a friend, and it really didn't seem authentic. It seemed like she did a lot to muster up those tears. But the one thing I do like, she did acknowledge that she wasn't a very good sister.
yes,
That was real.
Yes.
And that's how I know, because I channeled that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was said to me, that's why she didn't want her there, because she meant it when she said, you make it hard for me to love you. So when Traci was going through this dark night of the soul, dealing with these issues of her mortality, she didn't want to share that with Tamar. She didn't want to be vulnerable. Not that Tamar would have said anything. That was just a personal thing. She's dealing with her life. She's dealing with her mortality. She's dealing with the people that did her wrong. She's dealing with her family. She's dealing with her career. She's dealing with everything. Her life has drastically changed. And what she didn't want, it's like, I don't want Tamar seeing this. I don't want her here. Yeah. It wasn't nothing that Tamar did at that moment. It's what Tamar had did throughout her life. Mm-hmm. I don't want to share that with her. So as time go on, towards the closer of her death, she somehow got it to Tamar. She's willing to share it with Tamar. Tamar said they had a wonderful time. According to Traci, from what I picked up, even now, she's like, I'm glad I did. It was just enough.
That's good.
We spent just enough time. Just the right amount of time where it'll never be enough. But it'll always be enough.
I like that.
That's where she left that. So for Tamar to say, I'm the one who should apologize, she is right. Mm-hmm. And now that she admitted that openly, even Tony said it. I think Tony said, I could have done better. I could. Yes, she's admitting this. Mm-hmm. They're admitting that they weren't the best sisters. Yes, they're saying it in a settled way, but they're saying it. Mm-hmm. These people want to be free. Make your peace with people while they're alive. Yes. And they talking and they breathing and they have the mobility of their limbs and their speech, the articulation of their tongue. Their mind is moving. Make sure you make peace with them, even if you don't walk with them anymore. Mm-hmm. Make peace with them. So if they should leave this earth, that they could be your sister, your brother, you just don't deal with them like that. But you done made peace with them. They may not have made peace with you, but you done made peace with them. Right. You know? And if that is the case, anything happened, I'm cool with that because I made peace with it. Not make peace in a sense of, I made peace, I ain't never. No, you went, you talked to them. You tried to work it out. You tried to be in their company. You ate with them. You had dinner with them. You literally spent time. That's making peace. Mm-hmm. You understand that anytime you go around that person, you at peace with that person. Yeah. There's no argument or resentment, but you may not feel comfortable to indulge in their festivities anymore. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
that just makes
So
sense.
you at peace, but you at peace that they know you don't fit and you know you don't fit and you don't have to fake it anymore. And we're cool with that. That's what I mean. Oh, I'll talk until I get it out right. And sometimes
Same
it's
with me.
like that. And I think that's what it was like with Traci and Tamar.
Mhm.
They made it to the place where I love you was authentic.
That's good.
I love you. And when she said at the end, I owe her a part, because she didn't feel when she said Traci apologizing to me. She
Mhm.
said, Traci apologizing to me? I should be apologizing to her. She is correct when she said that.
Yes.
And you should never have to sit in front of a seer, a psychic, or a fortune teller and have to correct them like that. Not like that. When that's the very reason why you seen them.
That's true.
You should never have to say, they apologizing to me. No. She corrected her. No,
She
I should
did.
be apologizing to her. She should have picked up on that. But the reason why she didn't is because she was too close in the situation, because that was her friend. And what she did, she was making out the buffer zone. I can tell this woman had gifts.
Okay.
But I could tell she was catering it to Tamar.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I could tell that. And I could tell that Tamar didn't want her to do that. The one thing that Tamar didn't want her to do was cater to her ego, but she did. And Tamar checked her. But soon as Tamar checked her, she kind of wheeled it in and got it. But it would make anybody question.
Yes.
Because if you know the relationship between Tamar and Traci, they bickered like cats and dogs. They did not get along. They tolerated each other. But when they got along as a whole. And I always felt that Tamar was a little bit embarrassed of Traci.
Okay.
I felt that. I felt like they all were. I
Wow.
felt like they all were a little bit embarrassed, a little bit, to say she's our sister.
Why do you think that?
Because of her loudness, because of her awkwardness, because of her voice.
All those things.
Her voice was a little masculine. She could sing though. Because of her voice, it was a little raspy, a little masculine. She was a little thick. You know, she worked with her weight. She looked like them. She really looked like them, but she was just different.
Okay.
She was different. She was more outgoing. She didn't really care. She cared in the way she looked, but she wasn't as stuck on vanity as looking pretty like that. She would just show up with different color hair, whether we liked it or not. You know, she was that girl. She was Traci. And when towards the end, before she got sick, she was making the charts. I could see Traci, and I'm not saying it, I could see Traci if she had a little bit more time, if she had a couple of more years and we didn't have Corona, I think Traci could have been definitely another Tamar fame.
Oh, okay.
I definitely think she could have reached the status of Tamar. Maybe not her sister, because her sister been there for a long time, but she could have went to the top of Tamar.
Okay.
I believe that. That's my opinion. But the other sister, she wants to go in the way of acting, not singing.
Who's the other sister?
Tawanda.
Oh, that's right. I did forget she mentioned that. Yeah, that was pretty much it for the Braxtons. I'm pretty sure there was more going on in this episode, but that's just what seemed to catch Baby Crone's attention while she was taking notes. It was quite a boring episode, in my opinion, especially because I was waiting. Even though I don't wish any harm on Tony, it's just that they hyped it up, and it was
disappointed. You thought it was going to have something exciting at the end. And it was a perfect show at the end. And they let us think that it was going to be something happen. Mm-hmm. That's just clickbait.
Yeah, and especially
that's when you're desperate. When you do stuff like that, you're desperate for an ending.
And this is the second time they've done it, because the first time they did it was with Kevin Jr. And I called it out when they did it, because I'm just like, what's with this?
Clickbait. And so what do I have to say about it? Do I want them to come back? I don't, and I'm being honest, I don't think that Tawanda, this is my opinion.
Okay.
I don't think, for me, I don't think Tawanda or Trina and their mates can hold me in.
That's true.
I don't think that they are enough.
No.
I would really want to be more into Tony's life. And it would have to be all of them as a whole.
Okay.
And if they want to put Miss Evelyn in, then she's going to have to start showing stuff of her life.
Yes, bring something
At
different.
this point, your daughters are grown. You're going to have to show us dating when they show you, or with a boyfriend. Outside of that, if there's nothing else new, you can stay home.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to see other things. I'd like to see Tony working with her son.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see, I would like to see Trina's relationship more. I really would. I would like to see what's really going on in the world around Tamar. And because Tamar going to bring excitement. So without Tamar, I just don't see it. Without Tony and Tamar, pretty active in it. Trina, Evelyn, Trina, and Tawanda, they can't carry it.
No.
They're going to need Tamar for the drama, and they're going to need Tony for the reasoning. Outside of that, huh?
I said that's exactly what they bring to the table.
And without that, because you got two sisters that get each other, Tawanda and Trina, they get along, they hang out. That could be good, but I have a problem with Vaughn.
Yes.
I don't like the way he treats Tina. And if he could straighten up and fly right, maybe. Yeah, but maybe. I don't think that's going to happen because he's already said nobody's going to change me. I don't care about these people out there. Mm-hmm. They don't mean nothing to me. These people can kiss what I twist and I don't mean my wrist. These people ain't nobody. These are a bunch of ninjas. I don't care about them. F them. Yeah. And here is Baby Flame. That's right. We don't care. Isn't that right, honey? And so I can't watch that. I'm just not in 2024, going in 2025. I don't want to watch no more dizzy women. I don't want to sit down and watch the dizziness of women to be disrespected by their man and they act like it doesn't exist. I don't want to watch it anymore.
It's true.
That's a wrap for me.
Exactly
I don't care who it is. I'm done. And that's me. That gig has played out. I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Is that wrong to say that?
No, not at all. I definitely agree on that.
I just don't want to see it. You know, I can't say that with Tawanda, but Tawanda's very, very private about her life. And she's been private for all these years. Very private. I mean, she gave you the ins and outs, but she's very private. And I don't think that Tawanda's going to want to go in there. Tawanda said, I learned. And she's the intuitive one. Whether y'all like it or not, she is the intuitive one. And she's the one that says, I speak this thing. I know I've been a gay my voice. Me and my husband, me and my fiance been gotten broke up. I'm keeping my stuff on the down low. I'm making other stuff outside the show. I don't need the show. Trina could use the show, so they got a cooking show, but not Traci. I mean, not Tawanda. Tawanda said, "I'm choosing acting. That's where I am. I'm not," and I respect that.
Have you ever seen her in a movie?
No. Not that I'm sure she has, and I'm sure it was something because I feel in the back of my mind I have, but it was probably small, and it probably was I don't know. I either heard or seen. If so, it was a small role or something. And besides, the world is big. And there are movies that you make in other countries that you don't see. Actors just don't work in the United States, you know.
That's true.
They work all over the world. And sometimes we don't get to see their movies, right? So with that being said, did we get it all out?
Yes, we did get it all out.
Okay, so you found it was a boring scene.
Oh, yes, most definitely. Boring episode. Awful way to end the season.
I found it was entertaining, a little entertaining. I did.
Yeah, do better next season.
If they come back, we'll see. And with that being said, we thank you for joining us on the Braxtons. We apologize for our tardy, but we wasn't going to complete it without it. And we know we're way late, but we hope you appreciate what we have to say. And if not, tell us what you think below, please. But nevertheless, like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes. You did it.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank you. Can you say it with me?
Yes.
Are we finished?
Yes, we are.
Can we say it?
Yes, we can.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Sunflowers.